You cannot bail her out. Stop hitting me. Why you ain't bailed her out? Why you ain't got her attorney? We don't need to get her attorney.
Many people.
You cannot help her, so please stop attacking me. You also don't need to get her an attorney because, as many of you have seen when you talk to Stockton, I am winning, you are losing, and Jason Lee has never been in the same S. I don't know who you are talking to, but I'm not letting you get me out of this dramatic situation. Hold on to your seats, everyone, for we are about to enter the explosive "you won't believe why Wack is doing this." According to Jason Lee's revelation, that Wack 100 is actually celebrating the downfall of Chrisean Rock. Lee claims that Wack could easily help Chrisean and get her out of prison, but he's purposefully letting her suffer in order to gain complete control over Blueface. What is the true motivation behind this sinister plot? Keep checking back because we have all the juicy, unconfirmed details that will astound you. I told Chrisean Rock 50 million times to stop going live at that house. The police have been there multiple times, banging on the door because people are upset. As she sits in jail, the seriousness of her situation becomes apparent. She was sentenced to 30 days in jail and an extra 12 months of probation for her attack at Tamar. Christine's concerns are far from resolved after Braxton's show. I am aware that Kizen's legal troubles go beyond California, as she is about to be extradited to Oklahoma to face serious charges related to unresolved substance possession. The charges in Oklahoma, which include the charge of possessing substances with the intent to distribute, are likely to cause her anxiety going forward. The California attorney must have been taken aback, as it appeared that Kizen believed her legal troubles would end there. Jason Lee's startling disclosures regarding Wack 100 Lee hinted in a recent interview that Wack 100, the accusation that Lee Wack 100's ultimate goal is to gain complete control over Blueface by removing Chrisean from the picture, has caused ripples through the fan community, leaving everyone doubting the veracity of Wack's public statements. Before you listen, gaslighting is when you have a guest, and he's up here talking about everything but that, and then you bring it up. Blueface's manager has allegedly been pulling strings behind the scenes to ensure Christine stays entangled in her legal battles. Jason Lee has some merit to his arguments. Fans have long assumed that Wack 100 and Chrisean are at odds, and his recent social media remarks and management of Christian's legal issues have only served to confirm their concerns. Wack said in his own words that he was powerless to assist Chrisean because Oklahoma runner had, I guess, 2 or 3 outstanding warrants, one of which was not significant. Fans aren't buying that Arizona and California aren't serious. Many think Wack has the connections and power to lessen her legal problems. Would he really want to help? Why hasn't Wack intervened? One worried fan questioned Christian, saying, "If you can handle Blueface's career so well, why can't you do the same for her?" Social media users have been speculating about Wack's true motivations, including if he is truly helpless or whether he is choosing to stay out of the way, adding fuel to the flames. Current state statistics by Wack 100 hasn't really done anything to stop the rumors. His comments came across as dismissive rather than helpful, further alienating Chan supporters who view him as uncaring for her situation. Interestingly, in the same interview where Jason Lee revealed the tea, Lee's demeanor was noticeably cautious. This has led some to believe that Lee may actually have damaging information regarding Wack's involvement in Christian's legal issues. The tension between Wack and Chrisean is evident despite his public statements. Could it be that Wack is purposefully allowing the situation with Chrisean to worsen in order to strengthen his hold over Blueface? I did my part, but I'm not mentally prepared to understand how life, the law, or this works. Wack says there is nothing he can do, but his deeds speak louder than words. Insiders claim that if Chrisean decided to use Wack's influence, it could easily tip the scales in his favor. This purposeful inaction suggests a more complex and calculated approach, and spectators are now watching every move closely. The minute you hear that Rock is in Oklahoma and will likely be in detention for 10 days at the most, Wack promises that Kristen will be back home. However, many people interpret Wack's recent updates regarding Kristen's legal status as hollow, as he is merely buying time. As the audience digs deeper into this complex web, speculation regarding Wack's ultimate goal, and if he views Chrisean as a threat to Blueface's career or his influence over it by allowing her legal issues to persist, arises. One fan remarked that Wack just wants her out of the way. Fester is making sure she stays in the background so she can't get in the way of his powerful plans where the celebs go to the county jail. I looked at him. Shout out to my homeboy N, the devil from L. But first, let's go back a little and analyze the sequence of events that brought us to this point. Beginning with the acrimonious battles between Chrisean Rock and Wack 100, it is well known that since the day she entered Blueface's life, Wack 100 has had his sights set on Chrisean. According to insiders, Wack has always considered Chrisean to be a disruptive force, a view he hasn't held back from voicing in public. In a Zeus Network episode of Crazy in Love, Wack confronted Shin and Blueface, calling their relationship harmful to business. I don't think that Rock is, manageable. Unfazed, Chrisean maintained that her love for Blueface wasn't a diversion, asserting that she made her own money. However, Wack remained unmoved and admitted that Chrisean's involvement was ruining Blueface's career. He even went so far as to draw comparisons between the current unrest and the time when Blueface was involved with his baby mama, pointing out that there hadn't been any issues back then. During the turbulent period after Blueface's arrest, Wack publicly humiliated Chrisean on multiple occasions, which fueled rumors that he was deliberately trying to remove her from his life. Wack's actions and remarks also seem to confirm Jason Lee's theory that Wack was taking pleasure in Chrisean's demise. In a recent interview with DJ Vlad, Wack was extremely open about how much he detested managing Chrisean, calling her uncontrollable and prone to backstabbing. He said, "It doesn't add up. You couldn't pay me to manage Chrisean Rock. It doesn't matter if it was $1 million a month. She's going to do what she wants to do." Wack also related the terrifying story of how Christine stole Blueface's G-Wagon and drove it from Los Angeles to Oklahoma, causing chaos and a hefty bill for Wack. Reckless also brought to light Wack's dissatisfaction and lack of one to provide her with any significant support. The car sat there, and I had to sort through a lot of stuff since the shipping company charged me about $78,000 in impound fees before we could get the car back, and it was completely wrecked. Wack's unwillingness to help when he talked about her current legal troubles, Kristen became even more visible. He said there was nothing he could do to help her because she did not have a bail warrant in Oklahoma. But fans weren't buying it because of his connections to the wax industry and thought he could step in if he really wanted to. He also made disparaging remarks about her extradition timeline and the possibility of her being released early. Simply strengthened the theory that he was deliberately ignoring her in order to increase his power over Blueface. However, the timing of Wack's release of these messages was suspect, conveniently painting Chrisean in a negative light just as Blueface faced serious legal challenges. As if that weren't enough, the handling of Blueface's arrest